Let's begin Objective 2 with a discussion of the payback method that is used to analyze capital investment decisions. So when we're talking about the payback method, we're looking at a method that, as your text describes, we want to know the length of time that it is going to take to recover the cash outflow that we are making or spending in this capital investment decision. So we're looking at the net cash inflows compared to the outflows, and how long will it take to generate enough inflows to cover this investment. So if we look at the illustration in your text with Smart Touch Learning, it says they are considering investing $240,000 in some hardware and software to open up a business-to-business or B2B portal to help them be able to, this type of portal helps them to have access to particular vendors to be able to, find them quickly, identify the best prices, and to purchase from them via the portal. And so it says they think they can save $60,000 each year for 6 years of the useful life of this portal. So that means they're reducing some cost via purchasing personnel that they can eliminate or move somewhere else in the organization. They can also cut back on the cost of some of the goods and services that they are purchasing for their organization by utilizing this portal. And so if we, as we begin our calculation, we want to know, first of all, what is the amount invested? And they've told us that they're going to invest the 200, let me erase this here. That's a little crazy, isn't it? They've told us that they are going to invest $240,000 in this piece of equipment. And they expect, we say, $60,000 per year in savings. This is an inflow of cash because I am saving $60,000 of cash that I would normally be spending if I did not have this portal. And they think that's going to happen for the next 6 years. So what's key in this analysis is if our cash inflows that we are analyzing here, if those cash flows, the most simple calculation here is if they are equal each year. Okay. I'm a crazy mouse today. So if they're equal, then we can simply take our amount invested and divide that by the expected annual cash inflow to come up with the number of years that it will take us to pay back the cash that we've invested. So $240,000 divided by $60,000 a year, our payback period for this portal would be 4 years. Well, do we know if that's good or bad or not? No, there are some other tools that we would have to look at for this analysis. But if we have multiple investment opportunities that we are considering, and I would like to know which one has the shortest payback period, we can certainly use this method to do so. So also it says, what if they are considering to possibly invest $240,000 to upgrade their website. If they do this, it says they should generate $80,000 in cash flow for the next 3 years, that the website would have the investments in the software to upgrade the website. It would have a 3-year life, and the payback period is $80,000 a year. The payback is 3 years compared to 4 if we purchase or invest in the portal. So we can tell that this investment decision to upgrade our website has a shorter payback period. Does that necessarily make it the best investment? No. We'll talk about that as we move forward. So let's look at the cash flows. And if you'll notice, I'll try again here with the mouse to see if I can get you maybe some highlights since the mouse is so crazy. What we're looking at here are our net cash inflows. Right? And with our B2B decision, we were going to have $60,000 of cash inflows for 6 years. So even though we have generated enough cash inflows to recover our initial investment in 4 years, if you'll notice, we're going to continue to generate cash after the investment is paid for. So we have some profit or some return on this investment. If we look at the website example, yes, I can pay for it sooner in 3 years, but in 3 years it no longer has a useful life, and I have only paid for the website, which is a good thing, but I haven't generated any additional profit by investing in that website. Now, once again, as I've mentioned in prior chapters, these are quantitative factors. You also have to take into consideration any other qualitative, economic, customer employee satisfaction type issues as well. So what happens if we have a payback period that instead of having $60,000 or $80,000 a year has unequal amounts of cash inflows? So this one's not as simply as total investment divided by cash flows for the year because they're not the same. But we can certainly generate a table very easily in Excel or any other database to show that if I invest $240,000, I recoup $100,000 the first year, $80,000 the second year, $50,000 the third year, that by the third year I have recovered $230,000 of my $240,000 investment. So somewhere in year 4, I'm going to recoup the other $10,000 that I need for my $240,000 investment. And with this option, the Z80 portal, I am also going to have a residual value. I could possibly sell this software equipment at the end of its life, but I also have some additional cash flows after we have covered the payback period. So if we want to calculate the exact, we may not want to say 3+ years. If we want to calculate the exact amount, like I said, we know that we take 3 years. In the 4th year, we have $10,000 left to be recovered. Once again, assuming that the $50,000 in cash flows that should be happening in the 4th year, assuming that these are coming in uniformly over the year, then we would simply say the $10,000 that I need to recover divided by $50,000 is 0.2. So it will take me 3.2 years to recover my initial cash outlay in this investment. So if we simply want to know the shortest payback period, it's the website, then the Z80 portal, then the B2B portal. But once again, we have to look at other factors. And so the website will generate no profit. It will pay for itself, but no profit. So if I am comparing website versus the Z80 versus the B2B, the Z80 portal actually has the shortest payback period. And it's going to have $150,000 of cash inflows after the payback period, which the payback period has not considered. Now, the B2B portal, remember, also had some cash inflows after the payback period, but it was $120,000, and that profit was only going to happen after 4 years, the 4 years that it would take to recover my initial cash outlay. So just specifically, quantitatively, our best investment in this situation is the Z80 portal. But once again, it might be a situation where now we can move to the net present value or the internal rate of return to see if there is a difference between these two options. So our general decision rule in the payback method is simply that an investment with a shorter payback period is more desirable, but that's only when all things are equal. And as we see in this example here, all things are not equal. The website doesn't generate any profit. The Z80 portal generates $30,000 more profit than the B2B portal, and it does it sooner. So these are obviously things that we would want to take into consideration, but the payback method is a quick and easy way to determine how long it would take to recover our cash outflows. And if there is any, we can see the excess cash, although it's not part of the decision in our analysis.